Another year, another Raj and DK show. Life feels good again. With both seasons of The Family Man, the knockout filmmaking duo have quickly established themselves as among the most exciting and distinctive voices in long-form storytelling. Enter Farzi, their flashiest series yet, at least in terms of the star cast. Shahid Kapoor is Sunny, a Mumbai-based painter who struggles to make a living selling his art while also trying to support his grandfather's loss-making, idealistic political publication called Kranti. And who plays Sunny's grandfather? None other than the one and only Amol Palekar. When the loan shark starts circling around Kranti and his Nanaji's life's work is all set to collapse, a desperate Sunny along with his best friend and adoptive brother Firoz, played by a delightfully vibrant Bhuvan Arora, decide to put their artistic and printing talents to more lucrative use by making counterfeit notes. But of course, they soon start attracting the attention of bigger, more dangerous players in the bogus currency business, as well as the law enforcement agency tasked with cracking down on fake money, headed by Officer Michael, played by who else but the man himself, Vijay Sethupathi, with the help of firebrand analyst Megha, played by a commanding Raashi Khanna. Along with their co-writers and frequent collaborators Suman Kumar and Sita Menon, the dynamic duo Raj and DK know how to tell a great story and craft a solid show. Of that, there is no doubt. To balance multiple well-defined character arcs paired with unlikely exciting casting, all wrapped within the quintessential Raj and DK secret sauce tonality where you're never more than a moment away from laughing out loud or being punched in the gut by emotion and real-world stakes and consequences. Not to mention those delightfully cheeky Raj and DK winks and cameos that'll have you jump in your seat. But Farzi struggles under the weight of the Raj and DK legacy and the storytelling standard they've set with the clutter-breaking The Family Man. In comparison, Farzi sees the filmmaking duo at their bluntest and least inventive. Farzi has similar packaging and winning surface-level elements, but not quite the same soul. Here, the distinct Raj and DK flavor is at its most muted, in a series that's entirely coherent, suitably engaging, consistently watchable, but rarely enthralling. I was trying to put my finger on it, and I kept coming back to this idea of freshness and Raj and DK's ability to consistently tell stories that offer something new. But Farzi feels familiar, conventional, and comfortable, taking us through tried and tested territory. For starters, take the passable pilot episode where we are introduced to a premise we've seen countless times before. More specifically, it's one that we've seen 3 times just in the last 3 months alone in other Hindi streaming shows. Stop me if this sounds familiar. A down-on-his-luck Bombay boy believes he's meant for bigger and better things and aspires to a wealthier life for himself and his loved ones. Once he finds an unlikely means to make real money, his drive and desperation soon give way to destructive greed and ambition as he flies too close to the sun and becomes lost in his own legend. We've seen it in Disney Plus Hotstar's Taza Khabar last month and in Sony Live's Fado the month before. And now, in Farzi. Different treatments, tonalities, genres and worlds, yes, but the same spirit and story.
हम लोग मिडिल क्लास नहीं हैं, हम लोग मिडिल फिंगर क्लास है.
Speaking of striking similarities, the plot of Farzi also feels uncomfortably close to Breaking Bad. Perhaps this is meant to be a homage to that groundbreaking show, but it just seems to keep doubling down on the plot. Both stories follow talented geniuses who feel like they never got their due, who eventually find creative and criminal uses of their skills and fall into the chaos of trying to come out on top and outrun the consequences of their decisions. There, it was a high school chemistry teacher. Here, it's a painter. There, it was Heisenberg. Here, it's the artist. There, it's pure blue meth. Here, it's a supernote, which counterfeit machines can't detect. In both shows, the leads falter and fumble before finding success, until they fall into the radar of dangerous bigger fish who force them to work under them, giving them a bigger canvas to showcase their talent. There it was Gus Fring. Here, it's Mansoor Dalal played by KK Menon. Even the casting and performances of Farzi feel constrained. As Sunny, Shahid Kapoor is as charismatic and infinitely watchable as ever. But early on, I struggled with buying into him fitting into this middle-class milieu. Shahid's look is so meticulously manicured and carefully curated. Everything from the clothes that sit on him just right to his perfectly kept hair ensures that even when he's getting roughed up by the bad guys, he looks great. Instead of entirely blending into this world, Shahid stands out. And for me, the hero forever under the spotlight approach here feels directly at odds with the Raj and DK ensemble DNA. Equally, there's an awkwardness to the show's approach to Vijay Sethupath's character, Michael. While he's frequently a joy to watch as the morally playful officer willing to go to any lengths, including blackmailing and manipulating politicians to get the job done, the show constantly cuts around his dialogue delivery. So, for much of the time when Michael speaks, he's shot from behind or from a distance. Michael also feels like a tropey character. The refusing to play by the rules cop who got screwed by the system, who's so devoted to his duty that his personal life is now in pieces. Really? But for me, it's Bhuvan Arora as Sunny's brother from another mother, Firoz, who shines brightest and steals the show. Bhuvan is a glorious addition to the Raj and DK cinematic universe who perfectly breathes life into their wacky voice, forever at the ready to dance between solemn, sincere and straight up silly. Even in drinking tea or scratching his nose while held at gunpoint, Bhuvan finds moments of comedic genius. Farzi is then a show that works best when it's constantly in motion and at its paciest, particularly in the final few episodes, when the focus is plot over character. And therein lies the issue. The family man benefits from but doesn't need grand explosions, lively set pieces, tense car chases and big cliffhangers to keep us invested, whereas Farzi relies on them. That we also get numerous scenes of jarring dubbing and patchy sound work also does the show no favors. It's 2023, why is that still a thing? There are some wonderful ideas in Farzi, like the thought that the middle class, or as they put it here, the middle finger class, can only really acquire significant wealth and rise up the social ranks by doing insane illegal things, or even how far an artist must go to get the recognition and value that they deserve. But here, they remain great standalone thoughts, moments and sequences. Individual parts which prove to be more effective than their sum. The fact is, even at its least potent and punchy, a more basic, blunted Raj and DK show is still better than most series out there. I just wish that Farzi's bite lived up to its bark. You can watch Farzi on Amazon Prime Video.